Hi friends, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com. I'm really happy to be here with you today. I want to wish you a wonderful 2025. I have been working quietly behind the scenes on what I'm calling a passion project. This is a concept that I've been hashing around for several years. Many of you know that I have been spending time building smaller creative communities, first over on Patreon, and then more recently at Studio 365. So this new project is really centered upon sustainability. So many makers are accumulating way more than they'll ever use, way more than they ever need. And then conversely, so many handmade artisans who sell their goods undervalue their work. They're not even making a profit. So in a nutshell, these are two extremes of how your hobby or your business is really unsustainable. So I want to introduce the premier platform for inspiration and information for sewers and crafters alike who wish to pursue their hobbies or businesses sustainably. And by sustainably, I mean with regard for your own resources and for the planet that we collectively share. So each week I will be publishing an e-newsletter. It's free to subscribe. I have already posted, and I'm going to put the link to that down in the notes for you. And then the fun part, which is why I wanted to make this video, is as part of this sustainability initiative, I am introducing a creative challenge, and that is called the Craft Box Swap. All right. So there are two ways or two tracks that I'm going to run this challenge. One is through the Studio 365 community, and one is as a solo challenge here on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to tell you about the opportunity over at Studio 365 first. So how that works is you need to be a member of the community. That's a monthly subscription fee, and that fee covers the cost of the platform that I use to host this community on, which has loads of features, and I've talked about that before in other videos. I want to talk specifically about how this challenge, the Craft Box Challenge, is going to run through Studio 365. So we're going to use Elfster as an exchange platform, and you are going to fill up a medium flat rate box with like new items from your personal stash of materials, supplies, and tools, okay? So basically you're curating a collection that will fit inside of a medium flat rate box. There are two different sizes of medium flat rate boxes. One of them I believe is more like 12 by 15-ish, and about 4 inches deep, so that might hold larger items. And then there's one here. I don't know if they have the measurements on this box. It doesn't. Oh, yes, they do. Okay, this one here is 11.25 by 8.75 by 6. So the benefit of the flat rate box is it doesn't really matter how much the things that you put in it weigh. Like this box here probably is 4 or 5 pounds, and I'm going to show you what's in it in just a minute. So you'll pack up this box and then you'll ship it. I think shipping for the medium flat rate box, unless prices went up in January, is less than $15. Unfortunately, this is only going to be available in the United States because international shipping on the same package would just be cost prohibitive. So you will curate your collection, and then you're going to use the Elfster platform, which there's a link inside of Studio 365, to ship your box to your secret Elfster. And then in turn, you're also going to have someone shipping a box to you, okay? So you're going to think of this kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with blind bags. They're like the little bags that kids get in the store, or I think they used to call them like brown bags back in the day, and you have no idea what's on the inside, but you could buy it for a nominal fee, right? So your nominal fee is the shipping and the subscription to Studio 365, and you can look forward to this surprise every month. But that's not it. Here's the catch. It's the challenge, right? These materials, which are perfectly good, have been sitting here in my space. They're not being used. They're just taking up space, right? Even though they're perfectly good, but I have more of the same stuff if I need to use it. So the challenge is for you to use everything inside of your medium flat rate box within 30 days. If there's something that you honestly cannot use, you're going to put that back in the box and then swap it out next month until ideally we can get these supplies used up. So psychologically, this is a valuable experience because it fulfills your need, right, to shop. I totally am a shopper, and I wrote about that in detail in this week's newsletter, which you can just follow the link and read so much more about that. So it fills that need psychologically, but then also subconsciously, it's going to help you realize how much you really have. And I believe when we are generous and we free up space, that more goodness can come into our lives, right? So this is a dynamic experience that at face value might seem very simple, like you're just swapping a medium flat rate box. But I assure you, you're going to get a lot more than that out of the experience. Plus, you're going to make some new friends and have an opportunity to re-engage with your creativity and have to think about how you might use these materials. So over on Studio 365, we have chat boards, and you can post photos and videos and ask questions and stuff. So there'll be a whole side dialogue going on about like what people got in their boxes, how they're going to use it, what they're going to keep passing on. The number one reason why I'm keeping the Elfster swap box in the Studio 365 community versus opening it up to the whole Sewspire community is so that you have some quality assurance, because the people who are part of that community reside behind a paywall that lets us know their identity, and we have a way to contact them. Whereas any old random person, right, could watch the YouTube video, register for the Elfster, and maybe you never, receive your box. So that's our layer of security and comfort, because they do have to put in a credit card and subscribe to the platform. So that's the logic there. But all is not lost. If you do not have the interest or the time to be part of a creative community like Studio 365, I have a track that's perfect for you, and it won't even cost you 5 cents, and it's going to accomplish a lot of the same objectives and might even be more fun for you. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to need your flat rate medium box. Each month, you're going to curate it and pack it up for yourself. And you're going to make a promise to yourself, and you can also post photos of your solo craft box swap on Instagram. I have some hashtags and things. All of that's in the newsletter that you can use. So I and the other members who are participating in this can see what you have packed. And then your promise is to use the contents of that box up within 30 days, okay? So I think either way is going to be a lot of fun. What I'm going to do is either pack a solo craft box for myself and use it up, or I'm going to swap with someone. This month, hopefully, someone's going to register, take this leap of faith with me and register, and they'll receive the craft box that I'm going to show you today. and I'll receive some cool, mysterious items that they packed for me. And then my personal challenge will be to use up all the contents of the box that I receive, or this one, if for some wild reason nobody wants to take this adventure with me. And I'm going to make a video with you and show you what I make from it, give you inspiration and things like that. So in a nutshell, it's going to force me to think creatively, work with what I have, and also experience that same generosity and curiosity of curating a box for someone else, or maybe even, like I said, and then ending up having to use it for myself if no one joins this challenge, which, knock on wood, I've never, put something out there and no one participated, but who knows, maybe the jig is up and this is the year. I hope not though, but I do not give up easy and I am passionate about this. So you can look forward to seeing more information about this, and eventually I'm going to get you to try it. That is my solemn promise to you. So shall I show you what I picked for my Elfster craft box swapper? And this box is packed to the max. So I have a lot of pretty YKK zippers here. They're beautiful. It's just these particular colors have been sitting in the drawer for a long time, and so I want them to move out of my drawer so I can get some different colors. Two brand new neutral spools of Gutermann thread. If you know me, you know I like one color of thread. It's called chalk. So this is a really neutral, pretty taupe, but it's not really for me. I have this gorgeous lace that I can see so many fun things happening with this. I just haven't gotten around to it. Probably a yard or more of pretty fabric. Another yard or more. I feel like this might be closer to 2 yards. Some really nice Sally Tomato faux leather, and some home decor, pretty distressed blue, again close to a yard, and then a little more home decor that fits that. So right here, this is probably over 5 yards of fabric if you wanted to kind of have an idea of the value. And then this is what I'm most excited about. I have a ton of little cute storage cases, and so I packed this full of excess bag hardware, and it's all divided and nice and tidy. So if you do decide to participate in the Studio 365 craft box swap, try to put in one super thoughtful, fun, unexpected thing into your package. Like maybe you too could curate a little kit or something. So it's just interesting, and it's a great experience for everyone that participates. So I hope you're as excited about this idea as I am. Either way, I'm committed to getting our community excited about this. I tried last year to reinvent the channel and do kind of the variety show. That's pretty impossible to do on YouTube with some success, to pivot and switch gears like that. So my mission for this year is to use up what I have to practice sustainability with not only my own personal hobbies, but with my business as well. And so this is where we're going to start with these videos where I'm using up these supplies and making fun things, and with the craft box swap. And then hopefully this initiative will grow and we will add new elements to it as each year passes. So you may notice I'm in a different space. I had redone the back room of our basement, which is like 10 by 10, and I showed you all that transformation in a previous video, but it was just too small and there was no natural light, and it didn't take much time till I didn't want to be in there. So I took the plunge and took over the whole basement. I have tons of natural light. I got a big bank of windows over here, and I have all my stuff in one big space. So there will be a lot of different crafting and sewing projects that I will be able to engage with as I take this challenge to use up the craft box that I receive or that I curate. So you'll get to see a little bit more around the studio. I took some photos. I'll share some pictures with you of that. I'd love to hear from you what you think about this idea. So please leave me a comment down in the chat. And don't forget, sign up for the Sustainable Crafting and Sewing Weekly newsletter. It's completely free. It will be delivered to your inbox. I promise to pack that full of inspiration and information, all centered upon this concept of sustainability, which I have briefly introduced to you today. So I hope you're having a wonderful new year, and I look forward to seeing you soon in another video.